Hello everyone, this is Daniel, and I have something that I really want to share with you about gambling. And this is not a salvational matter, but let me explain. Let's do the math. So, for one person, there's ought to be in a gambling term, there's for one person that's like 100,000 to a million. And that's around $1 million per one person for that gambling, for virtual gambling. Not to mention that the possibilities of him finding like hundreds of thousands of people are endless. It's just endless. And if you basically have a person win all that much money, if all the people win the money all at once, then you lose all the money all at once. Where if you have 10,000 people, like say, spend dollars on the cards, and then maybe you bet on the cards, and that's like, I would say, yeah, let's say just like 50, like they all each bet $100, or like almost all of their allowance, like $2,000. If they really have an online gambling on virtual, like if they have virtual gambling, that's literally taking over. Let's just say that people like try like I don't know, like 10,000 unsuccessful people like gamble $2,000 all at once, or maybe $500, maybe $100 all at once. That's astronomical. That's like maybe sometimes over $1 million per game, and then in other terms, for the whole day, that's like in the hundreds of millions to tens of millions, depending on how your day went. And for the industry that is virtual, that's literally more money than a television can ever, own. More money than really anything. Even the music industry couldn't get that much money, nor could the movie industry get that much money. I mean, the internet could only get that much money through virtual gambling, and actual money being spent virtually, just like that, for let's say 10,000 people, like 10,000 times 2,000. Oh my goodness. So it's like, did you know that 10,000 times 10,000 is 100 million? So that would be like $20 million if it was $2,000. It's guys. For the successful ones, that would be like spending like you gain $15 million for that game. That's what I foresee in the future of what's going to happen. A lot of people think, oh, the technology is okay, it's not that bad. No. Technology is being horrible. It is satanic. Did you know that the reason why it's satanic is because Satan owns the power of the air? He owns all the power of the air, and he basically illustrates that by how the internet really is, and how it treats the Christians, and how it treats the people in the whole. It treats them with hate and disrespect, and all these cute, chirpy sounds for children and for the adults that play the phones are really like the way that frequencies are going. I believe are really making them like zombies. And if we have more people gamble, let's say for one person that's 50,000 people times 2,000, that would be like, now it's like instead of 20 million, it would be 100 million, but then we take out like that's 25%, that would be 75 million per game. Do you know who's going to be rich from this? Like I said, do you know who's going to be rich from this? It's not you. It's not anyone. It is literally not even the people that play the game either, that are basically on the other end. Really, it's the government. And the way it's going is if the government gets rich from this, they'll have enough money to spend, basically, on food items and anything like that, because they know what's going on. They know that the stock is going to be so horrible that people are going to literally spend as much money as they can, just so they can gain more profit, just by just gain more profit just by playing the games, even though they will never get that much profit. And if it was like for let's say 6 players, that's still like still I would say 25%. It's like that. So if you're like a winning hand, guys, it's like it's crazy. For someone that is paying $2,000 in that one go, you're constantly playing the games and trying to overbeat everyone, and then let's say for every side that's like like I don't know, like 1,500 maybe, or more or less. And that'd be like 10,000 people for that one person, and that one person doesn't gain that much money, but the companies gain a lot of money. And the one company in Michigan are just going to make Michigan rich, and then the stock market in Michigan will totally crash because, well, inflation, and the bubble will completely burst in Michigan because they're not used to having so much money, even though there are cities in there, but people are broke in Michigan, except for those that are really high class and high rich, which are far and few between. So Michigan's going to have a stock market crash beyond anyone's control, beyond anything that we can do, and there's nothing we can do about the crash. There's nothing we can do to fix it. Another poor country, another poor state had it. So basically, we're stuck in a rut where these gambling companies were gaining the money just by, so how many people are in these gambling companies? So far, there's some amount for each company for the casino, but it's nothing specialized. It's nothing that we go install about except for on the computer. Even then, those companies are expecting to pay not the employees a lot, but themselves a lot that invented that. So we have people playing a real shark game, and not shark. We have more people. We have people playing more of a poker game and more of those games that are worth a lot of money. And someone says, "Oh, I have a good card, so I can bet off, I don't know, $5,000. Maybe another one will bet off $500." And not to mention that if you have a casino in your own town, it can only fit a certain amount of people. But if you have a casino basically virtually, it can fit everyone all at once. So if let's say 5 billion people virtually gamble, that's a scary thought, isn't it? Because that's probably that's probably the tip of the iceberg that causes literally the great famine, the horseman of the black horseman, the black horse of famine. So in that matter, why am I talking about this? Why am I sounding like there's weird stuff going on? Well, guys, with all this money being spent on, it's like money's being spent on everything, and then there's also people spending their money. But where's it going? It has to go somewhere. So it goes to the company, it goes to the state, and did you know that a lot of the gambling money goes to the state? So if it goes to say Michigan, then there's also other states that it goes to, like Connecticut, Massachusetts, especially the poor states, maybe like Georgia. Maybe another poor state would be, well, maybe, I don't know, like it could be in California for all we know, and it's going to be interesting. But of course, there's a lot of rich people there, and there's a lot of homeless people there. There's a mix. I don't know. We are in for a huge amount of heartache once these gambling companies start to come by. And you know, if you're really into stock, you would understand that, oh, well, if people spend a lot of money, let's say $500, $2,000, $5,000, and they spend up to $100 million per day, and that's all the people in the virtual gambling, and they all spend so much, like $2,000 per day. That's a scary topic. I know, but do understand that this is where I come from. This is where I'm coming from. This is where all the people just, you know, gambling is a serious topic right now. It used to be that you could gamble online, and a lot of people didn't really find that appealing. Then it was fantasy football game and gambling. That was, you know, a lot of people didn't care about that. Then now that people care about it, that's like it's like 10% of the United States, which is like 31 million, and that's could all spend up. They could all spend up to, I would say, well, 800, like $600. They could spend up to $600 in that one game. And yeah, that's not a topic that we don't want to talk about right now. Then there's also the fact that, well, I don't know. And then now we have this, where even kids are gambling, but not with money and currency. They're just, I don't know. Even kids are capable of choosing certain things. They're like gambling, and they're doing Easter egg promos, and Easter bunny promos, and Easter everything promos where it comes to gambling. So I wouldn't be surprised if Easter becomes a real heartache for the parents, because, well, the kids find their cell phones and then gamble their money away completely on the cell phones. And then the Black Horseman rides about, I don't know, about 1.5 years later. And then all of a sudden we become so broke that everyone just dies of hunger because bread costs up to $800. So I just saw that as a disaster because God told me it was a disaster. I thought, well, this is evil, but no, it's a disaster. And unfortunately, well, you can see that the internet is evil, but no, it's becoming a disaster. You think, oh, the internet is just a fun thing to toy with. It is a monster that you're toying with. It is a true monster. And it's going to really bite at you and possibly just drain your life away until you just, you know, get devoured by that lion. You think that lion is a toy? Well, you're going to be devoured. And that gambling is one of the reasons why people are being devoured. Because they're not seeing these things happening before their eyes. God is seeing this completely through before his eyes, and he says, this is why it happens. Not only are we having COVID, not only are we having people laid off or quitting their jobs, not only are we having people have a lot of money come towards them, Not only are we having people, you know, just getting jobs in their own home, which is basically another problem with their spike of, basically the economy, and then, and of course we all know that the economy is breaking from that. But now we are having a gambling problem, which is like just people spending more than they earn, and now they're going to be becoming broke, and the gambling companies are all rich as cats, more rich. They're rich cats and they're very fat cats, and this is exactly what causes the Black Horseman of the apocalypse. Anyway, done with my ranting. Okay, I'll be done now. Okay.